You're watching Bionic Dance, run on automatic.
Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. Open up your hate and let everyone to make. Get up, come on, get down with the sickness. You mother, get up, come on, get down with the sickness. You fucker, get up, come on, get down with the sickness.
A while ago, I made a video response to Bionic Dance on whether or not the world would be any better without religion. And she responded to the video, her position being that the world would be better, and my priorly expressed and admittedly ignorant position being that it would be the exact same. I'm simply going to clarify some of the points that I miscommunicated in my last video, which was obviously 100% my fault. And I'm also going to respond to some of the arguments that Bionic Dance made in her response to me. And I'm going to do those things for the sake of communicating my stream of thoughts, not to actually have a meaningful discussion with her that may change her mind. That's not to imply that it's impossible to do that, I just don't really care to.
Don't worry, it is impossible to change Bionic Dance's mind. If she suddenly believes that cows don't give milk and that they give orange juice instead, she would rant on and on and on and on and on.
Let's get on with the show.
And you claim that what I have to say is ignorant and crude? Really? Consider what you just said. That the world would be the same simply because religions are ideologies.
You're right. If I thought that the world would look and be the exact same with such an incredibly influential social construct eradicated, that would be pretty ignorant. Just like a lot of people tend to do, I'd be filtering everything through this emotionally charged position and coming to crude conclusions because of this filter. But I don't believe that the world would look and be the exact same without religion. When I was communicating my opinions in my last video, I didn't articulate them very accurately, which is 100% my fault. When I said that I thought the world would be the same, I meant that the overall quality of life and condition of the planet would pretty much be the same, or at least very similar. I meant that the net impact of the eradication of religion would be close to neutral. The world itself would be very different, not necessarily better or worse, but definitely different. Taking away such a major social construct would obviously have a major effect. But again, I think that the net impact of the elimination of religion would be close to neutral.
It's not 100% your fault. Bionic Dance is just using the BD filter, in which everything that comes out of her mouth is correct. She can analyze anything to death if it suits her beliefs. If it doesn't suit her beliefs, then the subject is just tossed out the window. You are very much correct in this, that the world itself on certain aspects would not change. If people just suddenly decided to give up religion, their lives would still be happy, and in that aspect nothing would change. Lots of things physically would change. Some churches would be torn down, some would be converted into apartment buildings. But as for the actual happiness in people's lives, for this, lots of things would not change. The only thing that would make this good for Bionic Dance is that it would make Bionic Dance so happy. But then, let's take a look at other things. Let's take a look at gay men. If all of a sudden the one song, It's Raining Men, were to suddenly come true and it started raining gay men everywhere, well, this would be a perfect world for gay men everywhere, wouldn't it? The same can be said for lesbians. If all of a sudden everyone was just lesbian by nature, then this would be a perfect world for all lesbians, and it would be so much better for them. For me, myself, if we got off the living off of monetary values and start living in the world of Star Trek where there is no monetary use anymore, well, then this would be a much better world for me. I understand completely what you're saying, that this is all Bionic Dance's point of view as she sees it, and she fails to see the logic because she wants to keep her own logic going.
Consider what you just said, that the world would be the same simply because religions are ideologies. Well, that's not the case at all. Number one, unlike most ideologies, religion is backed by a certain amount of fear, and the promise of reward for that matter. Heaven and hell, eternal paradise or eternal torment.
Well, we also have to live with this without religion. I myself, I have to obey the law for fear of being apprehended by the law and prosecuted to the full extent of the law. I also have to maintain a job in which I hope to gain things in monetary value. I also like to seek rewards from this job in things such as placement and position of my job. I started out as a grunt worker, and I would like to see myself earning the rewards of someday becoming a position higher than this. So no matter what you do, no matter what you have, there is a fear and reward system involved.
Furthermore, they believe that their God that handed them this ideology is infallible, cannot make a mistake. And most ideologies don't have that either. As such, you might be able to talk people out of or into ideologies a lot more easily than you can out of religions.
And BionicDance, as she's demonstrated time and time and time again, no matter who says what, she believes that her ideology is absolutely perfect. And even when she does make a mistake, it is not to be acknowledged. She simply uses the three-monkey logic. I hear nothing contrary to my beliefs. I see nothing contrary to my beliefs. And I acknowledge nothing contrary to my beliefs.
North Korea is an atheistic nation, and the people worship their leader mindlessly and preach that he is infallible. You don't need religion to do that, but of course when you decide to blame all of your problems on it, you'd like to pretend that you do.
Very good example.
Do you think all these people who suddenly abandon religion are just going to go spend all their time and money now at the library or in a fucking lab? What do you think they're going to spend their Sundays doing? Like, working on, like, quantum physics? No, they're going to stay in bed, wake up late, and masturbate.
That's what people are going to do, because people are people. People created religion, people created Nazism, people kill and oppress others. And that's going to continue to happen in the name of new ideologies and new principles.
I'm starting to wonder if I'm giving my viewers, or perhaps just you, too much credit. My channel motto is don't run on automatic, think. And I'm starting to be convinced that you at least haven't done it.